Hi, I'm Aaron and I'm in the kitchen, and today I am making chocolate mousse. 4 ingredient chocolate mousse. Let's get into it. Okay, so we are starting off with my 3 solid egg yolks and my 1 busted egg yolk. I'm sure there is some culinary reason why people would not use a broken egg yolk, but I don't know what that reason is because it's still an egg yolk, so I'm gonna use it. But we have 4 egg yolks here and 4 egg whites here, and 1 cup of heavy whipping cream that I'm about to put on the stove to warm up. Okay, y'all can see that, right? 1 cup in. I'm just gonna let that come to a simmer, and I'm doing it on a high medium heat. Okay, so inside of my bowl, I'm going to go ahead and add my 4 egg yolks in. Uh, for you chef warriors down there in the comments, can you let me know a reason why someone would not use a broken egg yolk in a recipe? Because they're gonna break when I mix them anyway, so I don't see a reason not to use it. And I have egg whites here. Can you see that? Oh, that liquid is the egg white. Okay. And going into my egg yolks, 70 grams of granulated sugar. Or 76 grams because I just accidentally poured more than I wanted to. So we're gonna take this off the scale and whisk this vigorously. What we're looking to do is whisk this until our egg yolk changes color and it becomes a paler orange color than it is right now. So we're gonna pour our hot cream on top of this mixture, so don't worry about the eggs. You see how it's already a bit paler in color? Just like if we were making a custard without putting it on the stove. Okay, so that's only the first time that this is gonna be whipped like that. I'm gonna whip it again when I put the chocolate in, and I'm gonna whip it again when I mix in the egg white mixture, because we're gonna fluff up our egg whites and get them in here to add volume. We're also gonna add more heavy cream in later. That is the timer for another dish that is cooking while I'm cooking this one that you will see at some point. Okay, so I'm adding 200 grams of semi-sweet chocolate. If you live in Europe, that's the 50% chocolate, because I don't think I've ever seen in the grocery store something that says semi-sweet. So I literally, today I Googled while I was in the grocery store, like, what percentage is semi-sweet? 50%. 50 to 65, I think it said. For your chocolate to melt faster, you can chop your chocolate up. But because it is so hot right now where I am, my chocolate is kind of halfway melty. Like, if you look, you can see that it's bending and not snapping. You see that? So yeah, I'm not even gonna chop my chocolate. And again, this is a dish in the Don't Turn on Your Damn Oven series, working title. So the chocolate mousse is a chocolate dessert. I already know the editor is gonna make fun of me for saying that. A chocolate mousse is a chocolate dessert. So, shit. So, a chocolate mousse is a shit dessert. So, what shit? Use the best chocolate possible in your dish. Shit. So, can you use a better chocolate than Lindt? Of course. Can you use a worse chocolate than Lindt? Of course, but do you really want to? Okay, because I'm impatient, I've turned up the heat to high heat, And while that is going, I just wanted to get like a simmer, just a bubble going. While I'm waiting on that to simmer, I think I'm gonna go ahead and whip my egg whites. Of course, right as I'm about to do something else, my cream comes to a boil. All right, so my cream has come to a boil, and I know you cannot see that because it is both steamy and it's white, and my pot is also white. But in the main camera, you can see it. What I'm going to do is pour and start to whisk very, very quickly because I don't want scrambled eggs. It's just the initial pour that you have to worry about. After that, it's fine. Okay, so in this mixture, it's just a creamy chocolate soup right now. Have to keep mixing. My chocolate's gonna melt in here. And I'm gonna let it stay in here to cool down. Just watch the color. The color's gonna get darker, 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 darker as the chocolate is melting. And also, your liquid is gonna get thicker, thicker, thicker as the chocolate is melting. A chocolate mousse is one of those recipes where you can do the whole thing by hand, but I'm not gonna do the whole thing by hand because I will be here all day. All right. Now, while this chills, I'm gonna do my other steps to fluff. And I think I'm gonna put this in the freezer just to expedite the process. No, I'm gonna put it in the fridge. Freezer's too much of a gamble. I don't have room in my fridge. Freezer it is. All right. And for my next magic trick, I'm bringing out the trusty dusty KitchenAid. Going into the KitchenAid, 2 cups or 400 grams of heavy whipping cream. Not 400 grams, 400 milliliters of heavy whipping cream. Trusty dusty KitchenAid. Can you make whipped cream by hand? Of course you can. Am I gonna do that? No, but you cannot walk away from your heavy whipping cream when you are making whipped cream. Because if you walk away, it can turn into butter, and that would have just been a waste. For the recipe, it would be a waste. But for the sake of you making homemade butter, it would be cool. Because you would have made butter and buttermilk. So, I mean, making stuff is cool. All right, I'm putting this little splash guard on, and I'm gonna cover it up with the towel just because I don't want any splashes. And here we go. On high speed. This should take less than 2 minutes. With a KitchenAid, maybe even a hand mixer can get it done in 2 or 3 minutes too. Okay, we are there, I think. Let me just check. I think we are at stiff peaks. We are at stiff peaks. Great. All right, so what we're gonna do next is fold our whipped cream into our chocolate mixture. Mr. Cameraman, can you give me the bowl out of the freezer on the second row? All right. So in real time, this was in the freezer for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. So it's still pretty solid. I mean, it's liquid, but it's still pretty, it's not frozen, my point. We're gonna fold our egg whites in. Yep. Just starting with this little bit. Scooping under, going over. Scooping under, going over. That is the folding. Scooping under, going over. Scooping under, going over. Yeah. And as it's incorporating, this is how the mousse texture is getting lighter and lighter and lighter. But we're gonna take it a step further.
Scooping under, going over. Scooping under, going over.
Now this is pretty time consuming, not gonna lie. That is why I'm going to do something that nobody recommends doing, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Because I am going to marry a French person, but I am not yet French, so I can get away with it. I'm gonna put the rest of my whipped cream mixture inside. Scooping under, folding over. And if you end up with a chocolate soup like this, you have not done anything right. This is totally wrong. And if you end up with a chocolate soup like this, you have not done anything wrong. This is totally right. Okay, now yeah, we have some unmixed lumps and bubbles in here. That is totally fine. But we are not done getting it to mousse. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do, just because we don't waste food, is we're going to use these egg whites. Now my 4 egg whites from my separated egg yolks are going in. Now we're gonna fluff our egg yolks. I'm gonna grab my splash guard again from earlier. This should also be less than 2 minutes. In your mixer, if you're using a stand mixer, you can see it's already starting to foam and bubble there. Okay, our egg whites are all fluffed. All right, so our egg whites are all fluffed. Very fluffed there. So just gonna try to, now to make sure that our chocolate mousse is extra fluffy, we're adding our egg whites in. These cloudy bubbles. I add in half first. The sacrificial lambs going in, making it even lighter. Super light, but seedy. Adding in the rest. Super light chocolate mousse there. Okay, now I don't like the look of this. So what I'm going to do is actually breaking a rule. I'm going to use my whisk from earlier. Hello, chocolate whisk. And I'm going to whisk the rest of this. Just to make sure that my mixture looks more homogeneous. You see how the whisk is already changing that texture? Without breaking my mixture, you see? Still very light, super duper fluffy, and actually so dense that I can't pick it up per se with the whisk. All right, now I'm gonna leave it alone and I'm gonna stop whisking it because there's a high temptation to do that. But this is our chocolate mousse, y'all. I'm gonna let this chill for 24 hours and I will see you all for the taste test. Okay, so it has been over 24 hours, if we're being honest, more like 48 hours, but we are back for the taste test and I cannot wait to get into this. Now, also, if I'm being totally honest, we did have a little bit of this off camera last night for dinner and it was really good, so. This has completely changed how I think about doing summertime desserts. It's so extremely light and it's perfect. I mean, it's not too sweet. I don't get a sugar rush from this. Plus you add the fruit in and it's a perfect 10. You must try this recipe. This is one of my summer favorites out of everything I've made so far. So I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. Ciao.